With all signs pointing to a really close election, so many groups are going to be vitally important. But this week, I really wanted to focus on Black voters. And it's partially because the way that we typically hear about Black voters treats them a little bit like a monolith. So that's one reason I was really interested in the Black Values Survey of 2024. This pie chart breaks down the 5 different clusters that the survey identifies as different groups in the Black voter electorate. The biggest group is, I think, the most familiar: legacy civil rights. Think about your grandmas who go to church, the type of Black voters who reference the civil rights movement. The second group is your secular progressives. So think of that as the Black voters who are backing more leftist or progressive candidates. Then there's race-neutral conservatives, which is what we would call your Black Republicans. Those 3 groups in total make up about 60-ish% of the electorate, and are the groups that are most likely to vote. And we kind of know how they're gonna vote too. So I called Prentiss Haney. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Who is an organizer and someone who worked on this survey, because I particularly wanted to understand the 2 other clusters in the Black electorate. These are the 2 groups of voters who are kind of the most swing demographics.
So the first group is next-gen traditionalists. This particular group is a group of folks who have a very strong Black identity, and they also have like a more traditional value system. And so this group of folks are likely to vote. And then if they don't feel like they have a candidate to represent them, they're likely to sit on the sidelines too.
What's the next group?
The next group is my favorite group, which are the rightfully cynical voters. There was a person in a focus group, he told us a story. He said that my life didn't get any worse under Trump. It didn't get any better under Obama. So why should I care who's president?
That really encapsulates a sentiment that we hear among a group of people, and especially Black voters, pretty often.
Absolutely. This particular universe of people are the biggest block of folks that you can bring into any politics, whether you're on the left or right.
When thinking about the rightfully cynical in particular, I wanted to talk to a politician who's really tried to craft a message to get those people to participate in the process. That's Governor Wes Moore of Maryland.
I'm not asking you to give up your skepticism. I just want that skepticism to be your companion and not your captor.
Is there any specific message, if we, again, take Black men as a proxy, as a rightfully cynical group, that you think would speak to that person of that identity?
We are not doing enough. And I think we need to do a better job of engaging our surrogates, doing a better job of actually being able to highlight the key differences in what we're seeing in this campaign. But if you're not actively out there making the point, then you can allow a lot of noise to become so distracting that you're getting people to actually say, I'm just opting out because I don't see a difference between the 2.
The research helps us understand places where Democrats and Republicans can improve their message to Black communities. On the Democratic side, you sometimes hear members of the party make an argument that says the political system was going all well and good until Donald Trump showed up and messed everything up. But what we learned about rightfully cynical voters and a lot of the Black electorate in general is that they don't really think that's true. They think the political system has had a lot of problems even before Donald Trump showed up. On the Republican side, you can see how Donald Trump is kind of different than other members of his party. When we think about the rightfully cynical collective, these are folks more focused on economics, who trend more male, and also have a distrust of institutions and the political system broadly. That's kind of the language that Donald Trump has often spoken in. But I think it's all going to come down to which messenger puts in the effort to talk to these communities, go to these communities and make the pitch directly to them.